Yeah. Yeah. It requires you to be honest with yourself and call yourself out on your own shit. And a lot of people just don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, I think partially and we see this in the industry, is everyone wants the strategy, the how-to, the skill set. They don't want the real work, which, Brian was talking about earlier. It's 90% is psychological and emotional, but they don't get that. So they want to buy your fucking scripts. They want your listing presentation. And all this shit is important, but way more important is that not that you can go convince this seller to work with you, but that you can convince the seller that you're fucking convinced they should work with you. Like, can you believe that? And until you can put that into your core, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I put that in your core in all aspects of your life, right? So a lot of us salespeople are great at doing that in the sales part with our clients, but we can't do it with our spouses or our girlfriends or our parents or the other relationships around us.
Well, and Colton, walk us through. I mean, you talk about the five paths of real estate, right? So, or the 5 levels. So, give us that overview of what that looks like. So agents know, 1, where they are, and 2, where should they be going?
Yeah. So, I mean, we all start in this industry at nothing. And so that first level is where everyone starts. 87% of y'all get out of the business. It's 0 to 10 deals, less than $50,000 a year in revenue. You got to be focusing on 2 major things. 1 is setting 3 to 5 appointments a week. 2 is mastering your skill set. You got to start getting cash flow in. Level 2 is 10 to 20 deals ish a year. Now this is kind of a rough line, and you're doing like $50,000 to $150,000 in revenue. This is where most agents will get their ego. Like they'll start to like spend money on more liabilities. I got it all fucking figured out. Blah blah blah. They get a big head, right? Especially when the market's been as good as it's been the last few years. Mm-hmm. And then level 3, if agents ever get to a peak, it's usually here. It's 20 to 40 deals a year. Usually it's like 25 to 30. They're making 150 to 250K. Usually it's like 180 because they're cutting their commissions to keep deals because they've acquired so many liabilities. They got to fucking work 8 a week, 29 hours a day to then just like beckon to everyone's fucking text, email, whatever, and trying to just, take other people's cues. And the whole reason they got into the business, which was money and freedom, like they start to question, why am I even here? And they don't use this word leverage. They can't begin to leverage themselves. So level 3 is where we got to really focus on leverage with the right way, with the right hires first, with the right tools, the right, software today. And then from there, you can move to level 4, where you're doing somewhere around 40 to 75 deals a year. You're still doing about 80% of the production, but you're beginning to hire junior agents, beginning to hire and create leaders inside of the organization that can take over your systems, your marketing department, your sales department, your administrative department, and eventually your recruiting and your hiring department. And then when you can get to there, you can move into a level 5, which is 7,500 plus deals a year. But now your team can do 80% of that, and you can focus on creating other revenue streams for the business, whether that's through influencership, like today, building an academy and online following, whether that's focusing on your investing side of the business, like I know Nick does, whether that's focusing on you want to go buy some, I don't know, some other types of businesses or whatever, right? But then you can then have your leaders taking over those systems inside of the business, so your time is free. And I think today everyone needs to get to the point at level 5 where that major hire is they need someone that runs their social media. They need someone in there that's doing their videography, that's doing their editing, that's creating a constant systematic flow of content, not just random shit that they post out there, but you need a system to follow. And because that's what people need. They need a yellow brick fucking road. They can't figure it out themselves. And so if we can paint that yellow brick road for people, then they can move and have more success as well. The challenge is you level 1, level 2 agents, you want to be able to do what BC's doing or what these guys are doing with their podcasts, and you even got fucking money rolling in. You need to get the cash flow coming in, manage those finances, right? And then it all stems of each level. Like level 2 is, okay, start to build your network now. You've got 5 consistent appointments each week. You've got your skill set you're starting to master. Now obsess over a network. We obsessed over building that network, and it turns from who I know to who knows me. Then I start to build out my marketing plan, which is use of digital marketing, which I keep my message in front of my network. And then that's where it keeps growing and growing and growing. Does that make sense to you guys? I just fucking ramble for like 3 minutes.
No, I love it. So I think, like you said before, that sort of level 3 area, that's where sort of your just raw entrepreneurial abilities are going to stop, and you have to become purposeful and get leverage, right? What's the most important? Like, what's the most important thing? Who's the most important person you can hire? What's the most important system you need to put in place to start to make that transition from level 3 to level 4?
Right. And listen, guys, if you guys don't get this shit figured out level 3, you will burn out. This is where your addiction pops in. This is where you start to drink more. This is where you start to eat shittier. This is where you stop working out as much. This is where you become addicted to the business or spending money because it gives a sense of relief, right? So first thing is you need to have a solid CRM in place, and that should really start, level 1, level 2. But you got to be rocking and rolling on your CRM at this point and have a task to follow through the processes of a new customer process. I think there's 6 major systems: prospecting system, okay, a life management system. How do I manage my day and my life and my creations? A financial management system, which y'all fucking suck at because realtors are broke today, even though they make money. Third is they need a support system. They need to be able to, I support others and allow others to support me. Fifth is they need a marketing system. That includes with their active customers. That includes with their past clients, their acquiring clients. That also includes with their recruiting process, bringing leadership into it. And then the sixth thing, which is the most powerful, is their emotional state management system. They need to learn to have that self-awareness and manage a state of emotion to the higher state of more excitement, enthusiasm, peace, tranquility, that fucking aliveness from the core, from the inside, versus stress, frustration, anxiety, worry, which so many people deal with, especially level 3. So then to deal with that shit, they drink I can't tell how many people literally call me all the time. I'm using 4, 5, 6 Oxycontin a day. And I was like, what the fuck? You make $500K and you're doing that? Like, but I get it. They're dealing with that stress, right? So you have to have those systems in place. And then your first hire, I believe, should always be administrative, transaction coordinator, and then a full-time assistant. And then from there, then begin to hire out junior agents. And then from there, begin to go to senior agents and then to social media people like that. You need to hire the right steps along the way.